Maplewood was a cozy town, nestled in the heart of a lush valley. The streets were lined with charming houses, each with its own unique character, and the air was always filled with the sweet scent of maple syrup. It was a place where everyone knew each other, and the sense of community was strong. The aroma of maple syrup was ever present, wafting through the air and making your mouth water. It was as if the town itself was made of maple, and the scent was a constant reminder of the delicious treats that awaited. Everyone in Maplewood loved pancakes. It was more than just a breakfast food. It was a way of life. Families gathered around the table every morning, sharing stories and laughter over stacks of fluffy pancakes. They ate pancakes every day, without fail. It was a tradition that brought everyone together, young and old, and it was something that everyone looked forward to. The best place to get pancakes was Fluffy Stacks, a beloved diner that had been serving the town for generations. It was a place where memories were made, and where the pancakes were always perfect. It was a big, bright restaurant with large windows that let in the morning sun, creating a warm and inviting atmosphere. The walls were adorned with pictures of happy customers and awards for the best pancakes in town. It had the fluffiest pancakes ever, topped with whipped cream and drizzled with syrup. Each bite was a little piece of heaven, and people came from far and wide to taste them.
Fluffy Stacks was always busy. People lined up outside, eagerly waiting for their turn to enjoy the famous pancakes. The line was a testament to the quality of the food and the love that went into making it. They couldn't wait to eat pancakes. The anticipation made the experience even more special, and the joy on their faces was evident as they finally got their hands on a plate of fluffy goodness.
Mr. Butterworth was the chef, a man with a passion for pancakes and a heart full of love for his community. He had been making pancakes at Fluffy Stacks for as long as anyone could remember, and his dedication was unmatched. He made the best pancakes in the world, each one a masterpiece of flavor and texture. People often wondered what his secret was, but he always just smiled and said it was made with love. He had a secret recipe passed down through generations that made his pancakes unlike any other. It was a closely guarded secret known only to him and his family. It made his pancakes super fluffy, with a texture that was light and airy. Each bite melted in your mouth, leaving you craving more. Mr. Butterworth loved making people happy. He took great pride in his work, and it showed in every pancake he made. His joy was infectious, and it spread to everyone who walked through the doors of Fluffy Stacks. He made pancakes with a smile, and his positive energy was felt by all. It was clear that he loved what he did, and that love was reflected in the quality of his pancakes. He flipped them high in the air, a skill that never failed to impress. The crowd would watch in awe as he expertly caught each pancake, perfectly cooked and ready to be served. Everyone cheered when he did that. It was a highlight of their visit, and it added to the magic of the Fluffy Stacks experience. Fluffy Stacks was the happiest place in Maplewood. It was more than just a restaurant. It was a gathering place for the community, a place where memories were made and cherished, and it all smelled like pancakes. The sweet, comforting aroma was a constant reminder of the love and care that went into every stack, making Fluffy Stacks a true gem in the heart of Maplewood. One day, Mr. Butterworth had a great idea.
I'll make the biggest pancake ever!
He wanted to surprise everyone in Maplewood. He knew they loved his pancakes, but this pancake would be extra special. Mr. Butterworth gathered his ingredients. He had a giant bowl. He poured in flour, eggs, and milk. He added a pinch of his secret ingredient. Then he mixed and mixed. The batter was thick and creamy. It was ready for the griddle.
The pancake grew bigger and bigger. It was gigantic.
Mr. Butterworth flipped it with a giant spatula. The Mega Pancake was a beautiful golden brown. It was ready to eat. Benny and Lenny were two raccoons. They lived in the park across from Fluffy Stacks. They loved pancakes just as much as the people of Maplewood. Every day they would sniff the air. The smell of pancakes made their tummies rumble.
Oh, Lenny, I could really go for a pancake.
Me too, Benny, but we can't go in there. We're raccoons.
Benny and Lenny were sad. They wished they could eat pancakes at Fluffy Stacks, but they knew raccoons weren't allowed in restaurants. It just wasn't done. They had to find a way to get their paws on some pancakes. One day, Benny got an idea. He had been watching Mr. Butterworth make the Mega Pancake.
Lenny, I have a plan.
A plan to get pancakes?
The best plan ever. We're going to steal the Mega Pancake.
Benny explained his plan, which he called Operation Syrup Flood. They would sneak into Fluffy Stacks at night. They would find the Mega Pancake and cover it in syrup.
Why syrup?
Because we'll use the syrup to slide the pancake right out the door.
Benny, you're a genius.
My Mega Pancake, what have you done? This was supposed to be the masterpiece of the cafe, the piece de resistance. How could this happen? The noise woke up Mr. Butterworth, who came running in. My Mega Pancake! He couldn't believe his eyes. The kitchen was in complete disarray and his precious creation was in jeopardy. Suddenly, the pancake started to slide. It was as if it had a mind of its own, slowly inching towards the edge of the table, defying all attempts to stop it. It slid. As they heaved the pancake back onto the table. It was a monumental task, but they were up for the challenge. They climbed onto the table and started pouring syrup. The golden liquid cascaded over the pancake, adding a touch of sweetness to the chaos. It was a sticky situation, but they had to make it work. The pancake was covered in sticky, sweet goodness. It glistened under the kitchen lights, a beacon of hope amidst the mess. They couldn't help but feel a sense of accomplishment. Now it was time to make their move. Wow, it's gigantic! Let's pour the syrup. They looked very silly. Their clothes were drenched in syrup, and their faces were smeared with flour, but they didn't care. They were on a mission. They found the Mega Pancake on display. It was a sight to behold, a true marvel of culinary engineering. They couldn't believe they had managed to create something so magnificent. It was even bigger up close. The sheer size of it was overwhelming, and they felt a surge of pride. This was their masterpiece, and they had to protect it at and Lenny snuck into Fluffy Stacks. They wore disguises. The thrill of the heist coursed through their veins as they tiptoed through the darkened cafe, their hearts pounding with excitement.
Grab the pancake and run, Lenny.
I'm right behind you, Benny.
Stop, you pancake thieves!
The chase was on. Benny and Lenny ran through the streets of Maplewood, dragging the sticky pancake behind them. People came out of their houses to see what all the commotion was about.
They're stealing the Mega Pancake!
The people of Maplewood joined the chase. It was a wild and wacky sight. Benny and Lenny were running out of steam. They had to lose the crowd.
This way, Benny!
They jumped into the sewer, just as Mr. Butterworth and the townspeople caught up.
We lost them.
Yeah, but now what? We're stuck down here with a ruined pancake.
Benny and Lenny landed with a splat in the sewer. They were covered in mud and syrup. The Mega Pancake was a mess, but at least they were safe. For now. The sewer smelled awful. It was dark and scary. They were all alone. Suddenly, they heard a voice.
Well, what do we have here? I am Chef Rat, and this is my kitchen.
A large rat emerged from the shadows. He wore a chef's hat and an apron. He had a twinkle in his eye. Benny and Lenny were scared. They had heard stories about Chef Rat. He was the toughest rat in the sewer.
You stole that, didn't you?
Benny and Lenny hung their heads in shame.
Yes, Chef Rat. Stealing is wrong. You should be ashamed of yourselves.
Benny and Lenny felt terrible. Chef Rat was right. They had made a big mistake.
Tell you what, I'll help you fix this mess. But we need to work together and make sure this never happens again. But you have to promise to never steal again. Stealing only leads to trouble. and we can find better ways to get what we need.
We promise, Chef Rat. We didn't mean to cause so much trouble. We just wanted to taste the delicious pancakes.
We promise, we'll never steal again. We want to make things right.
Chef Rat, despite his gruff exterior, had a soft spot for those in need. He had been through tough times himself and understood the desperation that could lead someone to steal. He knew what it was like to be hungry, to feel that gnawing emptiness in your stomach. It was a feeling he never wanted anyone else to experience. Together, they cleaned up the Mega Pancake. It was a huge mess, but with teamwork, they managed to get everything back in order. They even added some special ingredients that Chef Rat had found in the sewer. These ingredients were unique and added a special touch to the pancake. It wasn't pretty, but it was edible. The pancake might not have looked perfect, but it was made with care and effort. They took the pancake back to Fluffy Stacks and returned it to Mr. Butterworth. They were nervous about his reaction, but knew it was the right thing to do.
My Mega Pancake, I can't believe you brought it back. I was so worried about it. I thought it was lost forever.
Benny and Lenny apologized for stealing. They felt genuinely sorry for the trouble they had caused and wanted to make amends. They promised to never do it again. They realized that there were better ways to get what they wanted without causing harm.
I forgive you. Everyone makes mistakes, but it's important to learn from them. Here, have a stack of pancakes each. Consider it a fresh start.
Benny and Lenny learned their lesson. Crime doesn't pay, and honesty is always the best policy, especially when it comes to pancakes. They realized that the joy of sharing and enjoying food together was far greater than the thrill of stealing. They went back to the park, their bellies full of pancakes, and promised to always be good raccoons from then on. They felt a sense of peace and happiness they had never known before. And so, life in Maplewood returned to normal, filled with the sweet aroma of pancakes and happiness. The community came together, stronger and more united than ever, with a newfound appreciation for honesty and kindness.